Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Star Trek Ascendancy, including the Borg Assimilation expansion. The Borg are already knocking at our door, and I really think I should protect this system a little bit more. So the idea is really here to also place some more space lanes, because this is the limit of space lanes it can connect to. So if I manage to add at least 2 more of those lanes, the Borg will not be able to connect to Darkhala here, which would be important because Janus 6 is already maxed out in respect to space lanes here as well. Of course, if the Borg go first, everything may go south right away. And Matthias mentioned that it may not have been a good idea to move towards the Borg, but to be honest, I want to protect Earth as much as possible, because if I would start south, and I don't have enough time to set up my defenses towards the Borg here. So not sure if everything will work out. If I will be able to protect this system with some more planets, this will definitely buy me some time in order to prepare my fleet against the first of those cubes here. Of course, there will be others coming, and I'm not sure how long I will be standing a chance. And my problem right now is that I only have Earth, which produces some culture at the time being. And this is the only way how I can win. Apart from that, I was not really clear in respect to placing this space lanes. The rules clearly mentioned to place the space lane towards my homeworld, which is Earth, of course. But the problem is the only way to get to Earth right now is through Darkhala here. And I think as it's a swinging system anyway, it doesn't really change a thing at this point in time. I know there are some discussions on how Borg are using swinging systems or floating systems, sorry. But yeah, I think doesn't really make a difference, because I think either they will connect to Darkhala right away, or they will be placing a new system when it's their turn. So we will find out, and then we will do the adjustments here accordingly. Okay, let's start our next round. Again, we would start with a turn order. First card is always for us. That's an 8, not looking promising. Oh, damn close, but unfortunately the Borg will go first this round. So the first thing that we would check now is if the transwarp hub produces another Borg cube, and we do that by rolling a die, and if that die is now higher than a 1, so it's very likely we would see a new Borg cube coming up, and that's a 5, definitely enough. So we will place a new Borg cube on the transwarp hub here. Let's activate our Borg cubes. There's nothing else to do during the build phase, so we will start with this cube here, I guess. So let's draw our next command card. That's bad. Biological distinctiveness detected. Warp 3, move cube up to 3 systems towards nearest connected developed system. Right now, there aren't any systems in play, so I think this Borg cube will now move 1 space here, then they would continue their movement. So we will now roll the space lane die again. That's only a 2. I think we are kind of lucky in this case. So let's see what the next system is. And now let's quickly also repair our little mistake here. So that's pretty much the direction towards Earth, and this could be okay, I guess, because we should be... No, we are not. I think we are not. Let's see what the system is. Okay, that's Terra Nova. So I think in this case, really, let's do it like this, as close as possible to the homeworld. So that's pretty much something like this. I could also make it the other way around, but again, it's a floating system in the end, and yeah, every normal player would place the disc like this. Of course, this cube will continue its movement, so we will place one of those activation tokens next to that cube. Then we draw our next card, and here we have isolated Borg drones. Oh man, this would be a cool card for us. Oh, if we would have gone first. Wow. Okay, but they ignore those discovery cards. That's already the end of this Borg cube's activation. There is no developed system here, so it will not try to assimilate Terra Nova. Then it's this cube here. So let's draw our next command card, and this says move target. Again, biological distinctiveness detected. Move cube up to 2 systems towards nearest connected home system. Again, the home system is not connected yet, so it will definitely try to move closer here, and because whatever it rolls, it will make a connection. That's again another 2. So let's do some floating here. Let's make the connection to Darkhala, and now we do have a connection. So that's pretty much 1 and 2. Of course, it cannot move into the occupied sector right now. And that's kind of lucky because they will only ever engage us when it's the start of their activation. There are, I think, some advanced rules that this Borg cube will also activate after it has performed this Borg command. But in this case, it's already tough enough, I guess. So this Borg cube will end its activation right here, and that's already the end of the Borg turn, and now it's pretty much back to us and we have to do something against that. Good thing is we have made first contact now, so as of now we will be able to spend resources to bid for the turn order, but to be honest I think the game is already gone. I would have at least hoped for another full round before I make first contact with Borg, because then I would have been able to execute my plan here, and yeah, maybe I would have been able to gain some more resources to pump up my fleets pretty much. So in this case, wow, that's now a challenge and I really have to think about it. And then it's our building phase, and I think the only thing that we are going to build are some starships. Unfortunately, we only have 2 production, but still we will spend those 2 production in order to build 2 more ships down here at Earth. And I think the idea is really to move those guys up towards those space lanes in order to keep the Borg away as long as possible. I think I'm not going to spend any more research on those class 4 industrial replicators, at least not now. I think they're definitely better advancements in the deck, especially when playing against the Borg, and really maybe I shouldn't have spent any research on it in the first place. But yeah, that's something I cannot take back, but for now I will not continue the research here. And yeah, that's already the end of my building phase, so let's do some actions or commands here. Okay, we need some more worlds, that's clear. So I think I will use my first command to send this fleet into warp. I will spend my second command to get it out of warp right away. So let's quickly roll the space lane die. Again a 2, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. So I think I will follow the advice from Matthias as well and will swing it down a little bit more. Let's place the space lane. Hey, this is our fleet. Let's draw our disc. And here we found something interesting. Sigma Tama 4. I think that's good because this could produce 1 culture. That's really important. But of course, not so fast. We still have to draw our exploration card for the system. And again, we found a virgin world here. You discover an untouched planet, perfect for colonization. I was kind of hoping for some of those bluish cards which normally provide you some good, but yeah, I think it's better than a red card, so I will take it for sure. And now I really have to do some very lame decisions, I think. So I will spend 1 command here to send this using impulse drive, so basically 2 spaces on this space lane here towards Janus 6, and I will do pretty much the same thing with this ship. So well, we're going to Wolf 3, 5, 9 pretty much. So this can hopefully help me to keep the Borg away for at least 1 more round or so. So those were 2 commands here, and I still have 1 more left, and I think I will spend this command. So let's do some order here in order to get some more or new advancements. So let's draw 2 more cards here and let's decide. And okay, here we have an exploration one, here we have a military one. Those are cool. Verderon array beam emitter, because they give us 1 warp, always cool, but in each round of combat your control nodes automatically score a hit instead of rolling a die in each round of combat, which is so important when fighting the Borg up there, because yeah, they basically lose a die there. I think I will definitely place this one next to my replicators here, and I can only have 2 active researches going on at the same time because I currently have 2 research nodes. Those will be discarded, so pretty much go back to the bottom of the deck. And then it's already the end of the round, so we come into the production step here. So we get 2 production, definitely not enough. We get 2 research, that's not too bad, but only 1 culture as well, so that's really not great, and I'm pretty sure that this game will be over anytime soon. Let's start our next round, and now we can bid for the turn order because we have made first contact, or rather the Borg have. So in this case I can pay any one resource in order to get turn order card 1 here right away, and it really hurts like crazy, but I think I will spend culture. You may wonder why you're doing this, but I really need production and I also need research. Right now those are more valuable to me. At least this is what I think. So in this case, yeah, basically it doesn't really matter what the Borg would draw. So let's draw a card for them. Yeah, that's 7, but we already know that we go first. And yeah, let's start our building phase here. And I think the first thing that we are going to do is to colonize a sector here. So this costs us even more culture, and we also have to disband our fleet here, our science fleet, because we also have to spend a ship in sect. So this is gone. So is this big one here. A fleet always has to consist of at least 3 ships, but we still have 2 more here, which is kind of okay. Let's place our control node like this, and now we can basically place either a culture node or a production node, but I think right now a production node is more important, so we spend 2 more production here in order to place production node like this. Okay, that's the end of my building phase, because yet again I cannot afford to spend any more research, because at the end of this round, if I would be able to keep Janus 6, I would get 6 research, and this would also mean I can upgrade my weapons 1 more step, and then I would hit on a 3+, and this is so important against the Borg. I get first strike and things like that, and the idea is really to take those cubes out as quickly as possible. But I'm pretty sure I will be able to show you the combat anytime soon now. But let's move into the command phase, and I think I would spend my first command to send this ship 1-2 spaces here, again using impulse drive. So this kind of helped me protect Janus 6, hopefully for 1 round or so. Not sure if this works out, but I think that's the best shot I have. Then I will spend 2 command to send this ship into warp and take it out right away. So let's roll the space lane die again. This time it's a 4, and I think I don't want to connect it to Earth yet, so no, let's not do that. We will simply go here to the right. We will place our next system disk, so let's see what we get. And keep in mind, I'm always drawing from the bottom of the stack, but this tells me this is, I'm pretty sure this is a Borg 1. Yes, it is a bad one. Electrokinetic cloud Borg cubes which end their movement in this phenomenon are destroyed. Oh man, that's really not great. This corner of the galaxy. So let's move in here. This is a space phenomenon, so it gets 1 research. So we are basically now have to brave the hazard here, and on a 4+, our ship is gone right away. So let's zoom out. Yes, that's good enough. This ship is toast. So we were not able, this would really been cool, giving us some more research here. Man, this really stinks. And again, I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but I need more systems. That's clear. So let's send this into warp, and with our last command, we will pretty much try to place another space lane here. So let's roll the die. That's a 3. And the idea was to place it like, yeah, let's do it like this. Let's see what we get. Oh, come on. It's a cool system, Cestus 3, but it also comes with a hazard value. So again, we have to brave the hazard here. Now on a 5 or a 6, this ship is gone too. So let's roll the die. That's a 3. Okay, this ship survived. Okay, that's kind of okay. Maybe we can at least try to build something there at the start of our next round, if there will be a next round, of course, because those were already all of our commands. And now the Borg will get their turn, and again we would check the transwarp hub, and on a 3 or higher we would see yet another Borg cube. Let's see. Woohoo! Okay, that's a 2. We are kind of lucky in this case. There are no Borg worlds whatsoever still, so we simply have to activate our Borg cubes. But yeah, the problem is they are knocking at our door already, and I think in this case it may be a good idea to start with those because they cannot move through my space. So the worst thing that could happen is they would move in here and then they would activate this cube here. Because this cube hasn't activated yet, we would basically, yeah, it's following its same activation. So I left those tokens on it, so I will take them off. It's definitely made simpler this way. So yeah, let's start with this cube here. There are no enemies adjacent, so we can simply draw our Borg command card. And we already know this one, transwarp range of 3, move cube up to 3 systems towards nearest connected home system. And here's again one of those tricky situations. The rules say if it's not connected to its target, but right now it is connected, but it cannot move through this cube. So does it now mean it will try to create a new space lane? Maybe that's how those rules are supposed to work. Or are they really lining up in this one space lane here, for example? I cannot tell, and it is connected. I think I will now read those rules as literal as possible. So this will now fly onto this space here. There can be ever only one cube on the same space or in the same system, but this Borg cube will now activate this cube here right away. And the first thing that this cube would do is to fight any adjacent enemies, and that could have been enemies from all the races out on the board. So if I would there be a Klingon player, then the Klingon player would also fight against it and whatnot. But right now it's only us, this poor little ship down there. The Borg will always roll 9 of those dice, at least at the start of the game. We only roll 1 die. If it's the Enterprise, we will have a chance. If not, then yeah, Dakala will be lost anytime soon. The cool thing is we always have first strike during the first round of combat. Bad thing is we only have 1 ship that hits on a 4 or more. So let's see how much damage we do. And wow, we are lucky. So that's a 4, which means we can now place the first die. That's pretty much the first hit that this Borg cube done on this roll here. The problem is we will never be able to take it out, because at the end of each combat round it will basically boost its shield modifiers by 1. And as we are only ever rolling 1 die, we would in theory take 9 rounds to take this Borg cube up. But after round 4 we would have a shield modifier of 4, so we would never ever be able to destroy this Borg cube. But I want to see how well the remaining die do, to be honest. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that should be it. And yeah, that's definitely good enough. That's a 4 or more. But no, it's a 5 or more. But the problem is those are 6s. And for each 6 the Borg are rolling, they will pretty much heal 1 of their dice. So yeah, it's like we expected. This ship is down right away. And next we would draw the command card for this die. So let's remove this activation token. So let's see what this guy will do. And what do we have here? Okay, warp 3. I think that's basically it. Move up to wow, no, we are lucky. Move cube up to 3 systems towards nearest connected starbase. There is no starbase on the board, so we really dodged the bullet again here. Cannot believe this. And I was really thinking of building a starbase somewhere down there. Wow, man, this was really lucky. Those 2 Borgs will stay where they are. Wow, doesn't really feel right thematically, but maybe they are kind of, I don't know, examining the ruins of this first Federation ship they've taken out, and it will take them some time to whatever come to a conclusion if we are worth is pretty much their attention. Awesome. Okay, pretty cool stuff, to be honest. So we come into the production phase pretty much. So now we get 3 production because we have a new production node down there. Still it's 2 research and 1 culture here. Still not great, but we're getting there. The thing is now that Dakala is completely unprotected, so the Borg cubes can move through. But of course, we have still made first contact, so we can directly spend another resource in order to go first and maybe send in 1 more ship here. That's pretty cool. But again, this feels kind of lame to me, because normally maybe the Borg should have considered taking some more routes, because this way I would have to spend way more ships in order to fend those guys off. Let me know what you think about it. Maybe I'm okay, because I think they will overrun me anytime soon anyway, so maybe this is really in the sense of the rules to keep those Borgs at bay and leaves me some room to breathe actually. So I think I will call it a day for now. Send in your suggestions. Tell me what you think, if I'm playing this correctly, especially here with the situation. I'm still not clear if that's the best way how to play those Borg. On the other hand, maybe they are tough, but it's looking really strange that those guys are lining up down there and not building any more, I don't know, or trying to assimilating developed worlds, for example. So if this guy would have sent in here, they may have been able to find a developed system and then would have assimilated it or so. I don't know. Let me know, and maybe this is really something I can try to take back, and then I will take it back, because those guys would have been activated anyway, and maybe they would have created a new system somewhere here. And this is definitely something I can try to take back. Okay, I really hope you are still enjoying my little playthrough of the Borg here. I really enjoy this game a big deal, but also in the multiplayer version of the game already. So this is really my top Star Trek themed game out there by far. Like this game a lot, and I really hope that with some house rules or maybe some more clarifications by the designers, the Borg will get a little bit more streamlined, or let's call it more balanced. Right now they really seem to be very, very tough, especially when playing against those in the solo mode. Okay, hope to see you soon, and yeah, until then, bye bye.